Alright. Last one, guys. Last one. Gelatinous brain cube. I love how, like, this is basically just half of the time from yesterday. Because this is... Gelatinous brain cube is also pretty short. Euclid. SCP-2019 is to be kept unconscious through the use of sedatives and fed intravenously. One brain must be left inside SCP-2119. What the fuck did I just say? SCP-2019 and all others are to be removed surgically and then incinerated. Experiments involving SCP-2019 need the approval of at least one level 3 researcher. Description. SCP-2019 is a 5-meter cubed sapient cubical organism composed of a green gelatinous substance held in place by a thick, transparent membrane. SCP-2019's membrane is highly resistant to much forms of damage, and any parts that are removed from it go back in a matter of seconds. On the lateral faces of SCP-2019 are 37 I was about to say that this sounds very like D&D gelatinous cube wise, but then like the fact that it has eyes is a bit creepy. I mean, you could make that in D&D as well. SCP-2019 is capable of moving these eyes around its membrane to see in all directions simultaneously. SCP-2019 is also capable of creating multiple tentacular appendages to allow mobility. The interior of SCP-2019 grows brains at a rate that depends on available nutrients. At current feeding levels, SCP-2019 grows one brain every 2 months. When awake, SCP-2019 displays the ability to cause physical objects and living beings to manifest. It is only capable of creating objects and living beings within its line of sight, and all these creations disappear once SCP-2019 can no longer perceive them. Okay. Can you... What are the brains... Like, are the brains like the D&D... Again, there are D&D monsters that are just walking brains. So it's like that. Addendum. Interview log. Interviewed. SCP-2019. Interviewer Dr. Forward. SCP-2019 usually communicates non-verbally through the use of its abilities. Communicating through the creation of words seemed to require enormous effort on SCP-2019's part. This interview took place shortly after initial containment. Begin log. Hello, SCP-2019, can you understand me? SCP-2019 creates a floating hand doing a thumbs up gesture. I would like to ask you some questions if you don't mind. SCP-2019 creates a traffic light displaying a green light. Okay. How would you describe yourself? SCP-2019 creates a plate with plum pudding and a pile of paraffin. Where do you originate from? SCP-2019 creates a purple floating sphere surrounded by several rings and 3 smaller spheres. SCP-2019 can then create a large magnifying glass and puts it between Dr. and the sphere. Several images in the magnifying glass are shown in quick succession. Multiple golden buildings connected by steel bridges can be seen. On these bridges are a large number of entities similar to SCP-2019, albeit orange in color and with only a single brain inside each one. Is this your place of origin? Are these members of your species? Can you show us more? SCP-2019 creates a floating hand doing a thumbs up gesture. The images in magnifying glass changes for what seems to be a lake beneath a bridge. An entity similar to SCP-2019 can be seen gathering a few objects around the lake and absorbing them into his body. Is that you, SCP-2019? Are you searching for food? Why aren't you with the other members of your species? SCP-2019 creates a floating hand doing a thumbs up gesture again. The image changed to a close-up of the interior of a building. SCP-2019 can be seen surrounded by other members of its species who are pointing spear-like objects at it. In front of SCP-2019 is a machine shaped like an upright ring. The other members of the species forced it to move inside the machine, which starts emitting a bright blue light. God, they fucking... like, town hunted him down. Like, what was it called? Angry mob. SCP-2019 walks into the light and disappears. The machine then stops emitting the light. The image changes to a close up of the streets of an unknown city on Earth. A sphere of blue light appears in the middle of the street and SCP-2019 emerges from it. What does this mean? Were you banished from your place of origin? Why? SCP-2019 creates a copy of itself and of a normal member of its species. Between them is a floating does not equal symbol. Oh, so they're not the same. They just look similar. You were banished from your place of origin because you were considered different from other members of your species. Create a floating hand doing a thumbs up gesture once again. Man, there's a lot of SCPs in here that you just feel bad for. Do other members of your species possess the same ability as you? Can you do anything besides creating objects and living beings? SCP-219 creates a floating hand doing a thumbs down gesture. SCP-219 then creates a man dressed similar to Dr. This man then shrugs his shoulders. What would happen to you if all your brains were removed? SCP-219 creates a grave marked with a drawing of an entity similar to itself. Dead. Thank you for your cooperation. This concludes our interview. SCP-219 stretches one of its tentacle appendages and pokes Doctor in the left shoulder. SCP-219 then creates a copy of Doctor in a machine of unknown purpose. The machine fires a laser-like beam at Doctor, copy which transforms into a copy of SCP-219. SCP-219 then proceeds to touch its copy with its tentacle appendage. I don't understand what you mean. SCP-219 shakes violently for several seconds before creating what appear to be words made out of scalpel and test tubes. The meaning of these words could not be deciphered. I'm sorry, but I still understand you. I will come back later. As Doctor is about to leave, SCP-219 creates a chain around Doctor's ankle and attached to the ground, preventing him from moving away. SCP-219 then approaches Doctor and creates several floating stylized hearts. Doctor calls for security and SCP-219 is successfully subdued. Investigation of the meaning of the word created by SCP-219 is ongoing. I understand what happened. SCP-219 is in love with the Doctor and was like thinking of creating a machine that transforms the Doctor into a cube so they can make whoopee, so they can be together, a lovely couple, a lovely SCP couple. Well, not an SCP couple, a lovely couple of cubes. Look at us. A couple of cubes. Alright. We, yeah. 4 hours yesterday, 2 hours today. I love cubes. Yeah, no, this was a good time. This was a good time. I had a good time. I enjoyed it.